You know, folks, I'd like to start off this video by talking about just how exhausting that Donald Trump and MAGA truly is. To sit and cover them every day is pretty exhausting because we're sitting back, we're bringing the receipts, we're pointing out all the things that he said that goes over their head. We're pointing out all the things that he associates himself with that they claim he knows nothing about and he claims he knows nothing about. And it's so tiresome watching Donald Trump insult people's intelligence right to their face. And then when you try to point it out, you're the bad guy. You know, people lines up and pays money to see this guy and buys his crappy merch. And I'm always more fascinated by the people in the audience than I am by him because I say to myself, what type of mentality do you have to stand there and let a guy insult you right straight to your face, and then you go out there and put the spin on it with him and lie for him? It's one thing when one person lies, but I've always been fascinated by tag team liars. You know, I've known people in the past who lied and had a buddy who would lie along with them, and I used to call them tag team liars. Well, Trump has an entire faction of people that just goes right with his lies. And no matter how many times we bring the receipts, they don't care because they're living vicariously through this guy. But as we sit back and we bring the receipts, this article here from Meidas Touch does a damn good job of that because Trump has tried to distance himself from Laura Loomer by saying that he doesn't really know her. He doesn't know everything she said. And she's just someone who speaks highly of the campaign. So that's why he has her around. But this story from Meidas Touch, they brought the receipts. And they point out that Trump has shared Laura Loomer's stuff over 101 times on Truth Social. Take a look at this. Trump shared Laura Loomer and her content a whopping 101 times on Truth Social. So let's take a look at this article from J.D. Wolf here. Scrutiny of Trump's relationship with far-right activist Laura Loomer has grabbed the attention of mainstream media as Loomer has been seen disembarking Trump's plane ahead of the ABC News presidential debate. Loomer recently posted remarks which were even called racist by Marjorie Taylor Greene, stating that if Kamala won the election, the White House would smell like curry, and those trying to contact the White House would be directed to a call center instead. We talked here on the channel about just how racist that remark is. I'm not impressed that Marjorie Taylor Greene called it out, though, because I think Marjorie is just jealous that Laura has out-MAGA'd Marge. I really think that's where the beef is there. But Laura Loomer has also posted pictures of herself with Trump, as you can see here. She's been in pretty close quarters with him. You go on down here, Trump's social media activity also shows just how close that the relationship is and how much Trump has relied on using Loomer's attacks against his political enemies. Trump's interaction with Laura Loomer is nothing new for Meidas Touch readers, and it's really not because we've been sitting here all this time pointing these things out, how close they are. And for him to say that he doesn't know the things she says, well, we've realized 101 times he shared the things she says, and none of them is deal breakers for him because that's exactly what he stands for. Folks, you don't repost something. I don't repost something that I disagree with. You know, I don't, even if one of my closest friends posted something that I didn't agree with, I'm not going to repost it and then go, oh, it's interesting to people. People find that interesting. I'm not going to keep passing it around, but let's keep going here. Meidas Touch has been covering Trump's interactions with Loomer on his Truth Social account, including a Loomer article posted by Trump, which docks New York Attorney General Letitia James' home address. So Trump himself has encouraged these interactions, printing out texts from Laura Loomer, signing them, and thanking her for the support. Some of the content from these signed texts appears on Trump's Truth Social page. So for all the MAGA people out there who go, where does it say that at? Well, if you guys are really following him on Truth Social, I mean, you can see it right here. One message appears to welcome Laura Loomer to a 2024 Trump administration, right there. Meidas Touch has now compiled a report below listing the 101 times that Trump has amplified Laura Loomer and her far-right disinformation content. I'm sure we won't go through all of these, but just to give you an idea, and you can go to Meidas Touch, go to MeidasNews.com and read this one for yourself. But back in April 29th, 2023, Trump shared a Laura Loomer article attacking Ron DeSantis over Florida's insurance industry. There's that one. May 11th of 23, Trump reposted Laura Loomer attacking Republican Brad Raffensperger at an election-themed meeting. Trump has attacked Raffensperger multiple times after he lost Georgia in the 2020 presidential election. So there's that one. And folks, you can just sit here and scroll down all these. Look here. That's the 23rd of May, the 17th of May, then the 24th of May. Trump shared a link to Laura Loomer's Rumble video confronting Maricopa County Director of Elections, Ray Valenzuela. Is that how you say that? So here they are, folks. Here are the receipts right here on MeidasNews.com. Trump reposted Laura Loomer's attack of GOP primary opponent Ron DeSantis. Look here. Loomer said DeSantis was not a patriot or America first and claimed he was a deep state puppet. I mean, here it is. And for all the MAGA people that are upset at Laura Loomer, you're just upset that she out-MAGA'd you, really. But you can go down this list. I mean, right here are all the receipts, folks. Trump shared an article from Laura Loomer implying Ron DeSantis is soft on human traffickers. He really had it out for Ron DeSantis there for a while. And, I mean, you can just literally sit here and scroll through these. All the receipts brought. He really went after Ron DeSantis hard back in 23. You can see that here. We won't sit and go through every single one of these. We're not going to go through 101 of them because you guys can definitely read this for yourself. But the argument that I would make is that when Trump tries to say that he isn't associated with somebody, there's 101 receipts. You have to know someone pretty damn well to share that much stuff by them. And Trump will always try to distance himself from these kind of things, just like he is Project 2025. And I've got a video that's going to be coming out later about that subject, how he keeps trying to distance himself from that. And he can't because we have all the receipts. These are the people that he chose to align himself with. These are the people who say and do things that aren't deal breakers. And these are the people who, when he's confronted about it and asked, why do you support these kind of people? He will try to switch it and do whataboutisms and blame it on the border, blame it on people crossing the border, blame it on Kamala Harris, blame it on Joe Biden. Somehow he'll go back and blame it on Hillary Clinton or Barack Obama or whoever he can. But that's his shtick, folks. That's the kind of guy that he is. That's the kind of candidate that he is. And the scariest part of all this to me isn't the fact that he would be dumb enough to repost her bullshit to the audience. It's the fact that those are the kind of people that would have free passes at the White House. If he's listening to the likes of Laura Loomer now, he's going to listen to her when he's in office. And you got to stop and think about the fact that he would entertain that type of rhetoric and then with no guardrails would be running this country. That right there should be enough to get anybody inspired and ready to get out and vote, folks. We don't need Trump, but we sure as hell don't need his band of minions around that are going to be sucking up to him. And he would do whatever they ask just to score points with them because that's the kind of guy that he is. The whole thing is truly terrifying. We could sit here and go through the receipts and bring them all day long, but the receipts are out there. We're not making this stuff up. We're not trying to be hyperbolic. For all the trolls that says, where did he say it? Show me the proof. There's the proof. And if you can't see it after we bring those receipts, then you are in a cult and you need to seek help. But folks, I want to close out this video by saying that we're still got a lot of things going on here in East Tennessee due to the hurricane. There is towns that are underwater. There's parts of the roads that have broke off. There's so much damage that's been done. So many people have lost their homes and places of business that my heart truly goes out to them. And we'll just keep everyone posted on that. Right now, at the moment, knock on wood, my electricity's back on and the internet's working again. But I'm just lucky to be in the little corner of East Tennessee that I am. It's all around me, and it's just a matter of time before it makes its way here. So everyone just stay safe. And like I've said so many times, if you don't need to be traveling, don't get out there and travel if you don't need to. If you can stay home, stay home. And if you have to get out and travel, just be very careful and be very cautious because there's so much going on here in this part of the world right now, and everyone just needs to stay safe and help your neighbor. A while ago when I went to go out, a neighbor of mine helped me. I got out, stopped, shook his hand. We stood and had a conversation and let each other know that we're there for each other. And that's all you can do in this type of scenario. And so everyone stay safe. And if you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button here on the channel. It just helps to boost these videos and get them in the algorithm. If you feel like commenting, leave a comment. If you don't, leave me a blue heart. Mark yourself safe. Let me know you're all right, because just want to make sure that everyone is staying safe during these troublesome times. We'll make it through it, and we'll get through this storm, and we'll get through this election, and we'll get this country back on the right track. Thank you guys so much for listening.